Hi, good days viewer. I am Bea Mason Torres
Jocelyn Kanya.
Welsi Carvajal.
and we're here to discuss about the typhoon and what are the safety tips we need to do before, during and after the typhoon. Good day viewers. I am Bea Mason Torres and I will going to discuss to you what is a typhoon. To clear things, typhoons are made over the ocean. Typhoons are not made over land. According to Merriam-Webster, a typhoon is an extremely large, powerful, and destructive storm that occurs especially in the region of the Philippines or the China Sea.
I am Welsi Carvajal. I'm going to discuss to you the things we need to do before a typhoon. First is stock your emergency kit. You should have a flashlight, a multi-purpose tool like a Swiss knife, extra batteries, a first aid kit with a full complement of bandages and medicine and other medical supplies to last your family up to a week, especially if there is someone has a condition which requires daily medication. Sanitation and hygiene items. Of course, you don't want to run out of toilet paper when there's a chance of a water to shut off, right? And a laminated card listing family and emergency contact information, a cell phone, and make sure that it's loaded if you're on a prepaid plan, charger, and extra cash. Second, check and top up your food and water supplies. Make sure you have a good supply of non-perishable, easy to prepare food as well as clean water. You won't need to access the top 4. You should also check that you have what's needed to prepare the food. Example, the can openers and the like. Also, check that you have filled bath pails with water in your bathroom in case the water gets turned off in your area, but also be careful to leave this covered so as not to provide a breeding ground for mosquitoes. Third, cover up your windows and draw your blinds or curtains. If you live in an area directly in the path of the storm, board up your windows or cover them with cardboard. You should also draw your blinds and curtains as if this break and blow inward. Debris will hopefully get caught by the blinds and curtains rather than flying into your home. And the fourth is check your house's drainage system for debris. If your home's drainage systems is efficient, this will lessen your chances of leaks and flooding due to a backed up drains and the like. Fifth, elevate your valuables and electronics. Anything you don't want to risk immersing in water should be moved to high level, preferably an upper floor if you have one. Just make sure not to stack things too high or to stack heavy items above shoulder level as this could fall over and injure someone. Load a radio with batteries. 6. You'll want to be able to monitor the situation from the safety of your home, so make sure you have means to do so that isn't reliant on roof-mounted satellites or cables that could be damaged by the storm. 7. Charge up your power banks and emergency lights. Chances are high that you'll lose power at some point of the storm. Hits your area hard. In fact, even if it doesn't, you may still experience some power outage. So make sure you have a chargeable lights you can leave around the house and that these are charged before the storm hits. And make sure you have the ability to charge up your mobile phones if they run out of juice. 8. Identify an alternative safe area. Of course, you should need to evacuate. Already have a plan as to where to go, or if you are caught out in a storm, your family should know where you're most likely to spend the night. This is likely to be a friend's or relative's house, so make sure you ask them in advance. If It's alright to stay with them should the typhoon necessitate it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to discuss the things that we must do during typhoon. First, stay inside because home is the safest place to be. Certainly, going outdoors in rough weather is a bad idea, not just because you could be lashed by wind, rain, and flood waters, because this will be result the higher risk of road accidents and other mishaps. Second, keep everyone in your household calm. Panic will make your mistakes more likely, and this can lead to injuries or worse. Third, monitor local radio. Someone should be on alert for evacuation warnings and another development tech unpassable roads and the like. Fourth, be smart about food and water consumption. Consume perishable first as you never know when the electricity might conk out. If the water is turned off in your area, you might want to save the water in those precious pails you filled up in the bathroom for quickly washing faces, arms, and legs, or for simple sponge bath instead of using these up bathing. Fifth, only use your mobile phone for important things. The power could go out anytime during storm, and this maybe not be restored for days. So it's good idea to conserve your mobile phone battery, especially if you have smartphone that really lasts a day without charging. 6. If it starts to flood, turn off the main power. You don't want leave outlets that could be waterlogged and charge any flood waters that might invade your home. 7th, if you must wade through flood waters, watch with clean water as soon as possible. Because this is fairly self-explanatory as flood waters are visible filthy but will then add more deep. 8. Be wary of live wires or water lag outlets because this could charge the flood waters in the area if you see that your ground is flooded above outlet level and you weren't able to turn off the power to your home. Do not venture into the water even this is below knee level. And lastly is immediately tend to any injuries. We've already mentioned the importance of doing this should walk through flood water, but this is also important if anyone gets cuts or bruises from falling items or flying debris. And if anyone gets hit in the head, watch for symptoms or concussion.
So, hi again, everyone. My friends done discussing you about what we should do before and during a typhoon. Now, I will discuss to you what we should do after a typhoon. First, continue to monitor news sites, radio station, or TV channels. This will help you keep abreast of what roads are passable, what areas are still at risk, and so on. Second, run a check on electricals before using them because electrocution is a very real risk in the aftermath of a storm. So have an electrician check the wiring in your homes as well as any appliances you might have. Also be sure that any electrical devices are truly dried out before being used. Third, wear protective gear while dealing with debris. You don't want to risk cutting yourself on rusty nails or pieces of tin from roofs or anything like that. So make sure you wear thick gloves. Garden gloves should come in handy when clearing your home or of the breast. You should also wear sturdy boots. Fourth, Fourth, check for contamination of your food and water. If the power failed, throw out anything in your fridge that might have gone bad. Check your water supplies as well and make sure you throw out anything that's been exposed in rainwater. Fifth, dumped water that may have accumulated in containers like pots, cans, etc. You don't want to have possible breeding grounds for dengue bearing mosquitoes around your home. So if there is anything that might hold stagnant water, make sure you clear it as soon as possible. And that's all for. So that was all. Thank you for watching.
And we hope that all those things that we discussed earlier will you apply it in terms of having a typhoon.
That's will be all. And I believe that before anything else, safety first. And bye. Thank you.